September 2nd to 3rd 4 are not ordinary dates marked on the calendar. They are sacred alignments chosen by heaven itself for the rising of chosen ones. These days carry within them a hidden rhythm, a divine sequence that opens a portal of transformation, clarity, and destiny. For too long, many of you have felt like you were waiting for a signal, a confirmation, a moment that whispers, "Now is the time." And now heaven answers with these 3 days. The sequence is more than a string of numbers. It is an orchestration of heaven's will, calling the chosen ones to rise and step into alignment with the purpose they have been prepared for. When you enter September 2nd, 3-4, you are stepping into a sacred current, where delays are broken, where confusion fades, and where what was hidden in the spirit is revealed. In your reality, these days hold a divine order, a heavenly sequence that rearranges events, connections, and circumstances so that you, the chosen one, can finally see how everything was meant to come together. Many will overlook these dates, passing through them as if they are common. But those with awakened eyes, those who have been carrying the weight of chosen destiny, will feel something shift in their spirit. A deeper knowing, a sense that heaven has written your story into these days. The universe itself will echo this alignment. You may notice synchronicities, repeating numbers, dreams that carry strong meaning, sudden bursts of clarity, or even the appearance of people and opportunities that seem divinely timed. These are not coincidences. They are signs that heaven's sacred sequence is moving in your life. September 2nd, 3-4 are not random. They are designed as a trinity of days, a sequence of heaven's signature, reminding you that your rising is not delayed. It is now, and I want you, chosen one, to stay with me until the end of this message, because the revelation you are about to receive carries the energy of breakthrough. I encourage you to take part in this sacred moment. Write your warmest wishes in the comments and add the divine codes 9, 9 and 777 to seal your alignment with this message. Do not hold back, because by doing this, you are not only declaring your wishes, you are releasing energy into the universe and joining thousands of chosen ones in this journey of glory. And remember, subscribe to be part of this family that grows stronger every single day, because we rise together under heaven's sequence. As these 3 days unfold, you will realize that heaven has been preparing you all along. The struggles you endured were not punishments. They were refinements. The delays you faced were not denials. They were alignments. Heaven has a sequence. And September 2nd, 3-4 is proof of that divine rhythm. It is the moment where you look back and see that nothing was wasted, that every tear, every silent prayer, every night of questioning carried you to this very point. You are stepping into the center of heaven's design, chosen one. During this sacred sequence, many hidden truths will surface. Relationships will reveal their true purpose. Some will end, others will begin, but all will align with your destiny. Finances that seemed blocked may suddenly shift. Ideas that were sleeping in your spirit may awaken. Opportunities that seemed out of reach will now call your name. It is not by force, but by alignment. This is heaven's way. When the sequence is right, what is yours finds you without struggle. Chosen one, September 2nd, 3-4 are the days when heaven whispers, "Rise." It is your time. These days are marked with divine fingerprints, a sequence that not only shifts circumstances, but awakens your inner strength. You may feel an unusual peace, or even inexplainable energy that pushes you forward. Do not ignore it, trust it, because this is the very confirmation you have been waiting for. You are not late, you are not forgotten. You are exactly on schedule. Heaven's sacred sequence has your name written in it. When the sacred sequence of September 2nd, 3-4 begins to unfold, you will notice that the spiritual atmosphere feels different. It will not be business as usual. Something about these days will carry a hidden intensity, like a quiet vibration that only those who are awake can sense. You may find that old burdens suddenly feel lighter, as if heaven itself has lifted invisible weights off your shoulders. You may discover that your mind feels clearer, as if the fog of doubt that has surrounded you for months has suddenly been burned away by divine light. This is not your imagination. It is alignment. These days are carved out by heaven so that you can step out of the old cycle and enter the new one. Chosen one, many of you have been asking, when will my life truly shift? When will the promises I've been holding on to finally take shape? The answer is hidden in divine timing. And September 2nd, 3-4 is one of those moments where heaven's clock strikes in your favor. These 3 days operate like keys. The first day opens the door to release. The second day activates transformation. And the third day seals the breakthrough. Together, they create a chain of alignment that cannot be broken. Even if the world tries to resist, heaven's order will not fail. In this sacred sequence, you may also notice unusual events happening around you. People from your past may suddenly resurface, not to disturb you, but to remind you of how far you've come. Opportunities you once thought were lost may appear again, but this time in a way that is designed for your growth. Even challenges that show up will not feel the same, because instead of breaking you, they will build you. They will reveal your inner strength. Heaven does not waste time. Even the obstacles during these 3 days will turn into stepping stones that move you higher. For many chosen ones, September 2nd, 3-4 will also bring clarity about relationships. Some of you will feel the need to release people who no longer align with your destiny. This may not be easy, but it will be necessary. Do not fear these endings, because they are part of the sequence. When heaven removes what no longer serves you, it is always to make room for what is meant for you. For others, these days will spark new connections, friendships, mentors, even partnerships that feel divinely timed. You will recognize them by the peace they bring, by the energy of alignment that surrounds them. Heaven never sends confusion, only clarity financially. These 3 days also carry a vibration of release. For too long, many chosen ones have felt blocked, trapped in cycles of lack and delay. But September 2nd, 3-4 brings a shift in provision. Ideas that generate wealth will flow to you with ease. Unexpected opportunities will open. For some, money that was delayed will suddenly arrive. For others, it will be a new door opening that leads to long-term prosperity. Do not despise small beginnings. Heaven's provision may not look grand at first, but it carries within it the seed of abundance. Chosen one, you are not meant to struggle forever. This sacred sequence is proof that your time of survival is shifting into a time of thriving during these days. It is also important to remain spiritually aware. Pay attention to your dreams, your inner thoughts, the quiet nudges in your spirit. Heaven often speaks in subtle ways, and if you are too distracted, you may miss the guidance. Keep your heart still and you will recognize the signs. You may dream of doors, light, numbers, or people. These will not be random, they will be messages. Some chosen ones may feel led to rest more, to spend time in silence, to distance themselves from chaos. This is because your spirit is being prepared for the breakthrough. Do not resist this pull toward quietness. Embrace it, chosen one. What you must understand is that September 2nd, 3 are not just about external changes. They are also about inner transformation. Heaven's sequence is designed not only to shift your circumstances, but also to strengthen your spirit. You are being built for a destiny bigger than you can imagine. That is why the journey until now has felt so heavy, so lonely, so impossible. It was preparation. These 3 days are like the moment when the seed finally breaks through the soil. You may not have seen the growth while it was underground, but the roots were forming. Now it is time for the rising. Do not be surprised if emotions surface. During this time, old wounds may come up, not to hurt you, but to be healed. Pain may rise to the surface, but it will not control you. Instead, it will release you. Heaven's sequence is cleansing you, washing away what cannot follow you into the new chapter. Allow it. Trust it, because on the other side of that release is freedom you have not felt in years. September 2nd, 3 is heaven's way of saying, you cannot carry the old weight into the new season. By the end of these 3 days, you will feel different. You will not be the same person who walked into them. Something within you will have shifted. Your perspective, your energy, your alignment, chosen one. You are stepping into a chapter where what once felt impossible will begin to unfold with ease. The sacred sequence is not only about what happens around you, it is about what awakens within you. Heaven is saying, rise. Chosen one, the time has come. As September 2nd, 3 continues to unfold, the rhythm of heaven's sequence will grow stronger. By now, chosen one, you will begin to notice that the atmosphere around you is shifting in ways you cannot deny. It may not be visible to everyone, but within your spirit, there will be a sense of certainty, a recognition that these days carry meaning far beyond what the natural eye can see. It will feel like walking through a threshold, leaving behind a room filled with shadows and stepping into one filled with light. And though others may not understand, your heart will know something has changed. These 3 days are layered with divine purpose. September 2nd may begin by stirring reflection. Old patterns will come into view, and heaven will show you clearly what no longer belongs in your life. It is a day of release, a cleansing of the past. On September 3rd, you will feel energy rising. Creative ideas, spiritual insight, and unexplainable boldness will stir within you. This is the day of activation, when the sacred sequence pushes you forward into transformation. And then September 4th arrives as the day of sealing. It is the day heaven confirms that the shift is complete, that the work within and around you is ready to stand. Together, these 3 days form heaven's sequence of release, activation, and completion. Chosen one, do not underestimate how powerful this process is. Heaven has chosen these days to realign your destiny, to accelerate what seemed stuck, to awaken what seemed dormant. You may find that during these days, situations in your life suddenly come to a turning point. A conversation you have been waiting for may finally happen. An opportunity you thought was gone may return. A truth that was hidden may suddenly come to light. This is not coincidence. Heaven is making sure that nothing can delay you anymore. The sequence itself is rearranging time, people, and events so that you are exactly where you need to be. There's also a sacred intensity in the way your inner self will respond. You may feel unusual bursts of energy or moments of peace so deep that they silence all anxiety. Pay attention to your intuition, because during September 2nd, 3, it will be sharpened. Thoughts and feelings that you used to dismiss will now carry weight. Do not ignore them, because heaven is using them to guide you. If you feel led to take a step, trust it. If you sense you must pull back from something or someone, honor it. These are not random impulses. They are signs of alignment. For some chosen ones, the sacred sequence will bring dramatic breakthroughs. Jobs, finances, and connections will suddenly shift. For others, the change will be quieter but just as powerful. You may not see something explode outwardly, but within you a seed of destiny will break open. Both are equally sacred because both are signs that heaven has placed you exactly in the right rhythm, whether loud or subtle. Your life will not remain the same. September 2nd, 3, carries transformation in its essence. There will also be moments of testing during these days. Do not be surprised if distractions try to pull you off course, if negative voices rise to challenge your focus, or if sudden obstacles appear. This does not mean you are failing. It means the breakthrough is near. Every sacred sequence attracts resistance, but it also carries the power to overcome it. Stand firm, chosen one. Remember that the pressure you feel is not a sign of defeat, but of birth. Something new is being born within you. And birth always comes with labor. But the promise is sure: the pain will not last forever. The glory will financially. This sequence will mark a turning point. You may have struggled with lack or delays for months, even years, but these days will plant a seed of prosperity that will begin to grow immediately. For some, it will look like a sudden financial blessing. For others, it will be a new door that opens slowly but steadily. Do not despise the size of the beginning. Heaven's provision always starts as a seed, but it carries the power of a harvest, chosen one. The days of endless waiting are shifting into days of visible progress. This is the promise carried within heaven's sacred sequence. September 2nd, 3, will also bring a deeper awareness of your calling. You will feel it pressing in your heart more strongly than before. The things you used to ignore will now demand your attention. The gifts you carry will no longer allow themselves to remain silent. Whether it is creativity, wisdom, leadership, or compassion, your gifts will rise. This is heaven's way of telling you, the time to hide is over. It is time to step into the role I created you for. Do not shrink back. These days are your confirmation that your purpose is real and that the world needs it now. By the time the sacred sequence is complete, chosen one, you will feel as though the ground beneath your feet has shifted. It may not all be visible to others, but you will know it deep in your soul. A door has opened, a cycle has ended. A new chapter has begun. These 3 days are not simply dates on a calendar. They are a passageway into destiny. They are heaven's sacred sequence for the rising of chosen ones, and your spirit has been chosen to walk through it. As September 2nd, 3, moves into its final stages, the weight of the sacred sequence becomes undeniable. By this time, chosen one, you will sense that the atmosphere around you has shifted permanently. There's no going back to the old cycle. What heaven has set in motion during these 3 days cannot be undone because it is sealed in divine order. The sacred sequence is not a temporary moment. It is a transformation that marks you forever. These days act like a bridge, carrying you from the wilderness into the land of promise, from waiting into walking, from silence into manifestation. On September 2nd, the release began. You felt burdens lifting, old cycles loosening their grip, clarity entering your spirit. On September 3rd, transformation surged through you. Energy rose, visions sharpened, and you felt yourself stepping into the new. Now on September 4th, the sequence reaches its completion. This is the day of sealing, the day heaven's work is confirmed. The shift that began on the first day now stands firm, rooted deep within you, chosen one. This is the moment when heaven says it is done. Completion is powerful. It means the unfinished pieces of your life are finding their place. It means the prayers that felt unanswered are now aligning with visible results. It means the tests you thought had no end are finally breaking open to reveal the blessing they carried all along. You may notice a peace settle into your heart. On this day, a peace that goes beyond understanding, because you will know that the battle you carried is no longer yours to fight. Heaven has sealed the victory. Chosen one, September 4th may also bring sudden realizations. Something that was hidden may be revealed. Someone's true intentions may finally show. An opportunity you thought was closed may come back with clarity. Do not be surprised if heaven uses this day to tie together loose ends that have troubled you for years. The sacred sequence is not only about opening doors, it is also about closing the ones that no longer serve your destiny. Trust that every ending on this day is a blessing in disguise. It is heaven's way of protecting you from what cannot go with you into the new season. During this final stage, your spirit will also feel an unusual strength. What used to drain you will no longer have power over you. What used to intimidate you will no longer control you. It is as if heaven has placed a new mantle of courage upon you. You may even feel a boldness rise within you that you have never felt before. This is not arrogance, it is the confidence of alignment. When heaven seals something, no earthly power can break it. You will walk differently, speak differently, and think differently, because you will know that heaven's hand is on you. Financially, September 4th carries the vibration of confirmation. Ideas that were stirring inside, you may suddenly gain direction. Plans that felt scattered may suddenly find structure. This is the moment where provision begins to take form, not only as a promise but as a reality. Do not be surprised if unexpected doors open, if unexpected calls arrive, or if resources suddenly align. Chosen one, this is heaven, showing you that you are not alone in this journey. What you need will find you, because heaven has already released it spiritually. This day will awaken a deeper awareness of your identity. The sacred sequence is designed not only to bring change outside of you, but to awaken who you truly are inside. You are not just surviving. You are chosen. You are not just moving forward. You are rising. September 4th will echo this truth in your spirit so strongly that doubt will no longer have a hold on you. Even if fear tries to whisper, you will have the strength to silence it, because the voice of heaven will be louder. As the sequence completes, chosen one, you will feel gratitude overflowing. You will look back at the struggles, the delays, the loneliness, and realize that none of it was wasted. Every tear watered the ground for your breakthrough. Every rejection protected you from the wrong path. Every delay positioned you for the right moment. And now, in the sacred sequence, you can finally see that heaven was not late. It was perfectly on time, September 2nd. 3-4 was written into your story, long before you even knew it. These days are heaven's way of proving to you that destiny cannot be denied. By the close of September 4th, you will feel a new stability under your feet. It may not mean every question in your life is answered, but you will know that the foundation is secure. You are no longer building on sand. You are building on the rock of divine alignment. The sacred sequence has sealed your future, and though more steps are ahead, you will walk them with a confidence you have never known. Chosen one, you are not just surviving this moment. You are stepping into destiny itself. As the sacred sequence closes, gratitude should fill your heart. Thankfulness is the key that keeps doors open. When you recognize how far you have come, how much you have endured, and how heaven has carried you through it all, your gratitude becomes a magnet for even more blessings. Do not forget the weight of these days. Write them down, mark them in your memory. They will stand as proof that heaven is real, that destiny is guided, and that you are truly chosen. And finally chosen one September 2nd. 3-4 was never just about 3 dates. It was about you. It was heaven's way of saying, I have not forgotten you. I have seen your patience. I have heard your cries. I have prepared you for this moment. And now I release you into destiny. The sacred sequence is heaven's confirmation that your waiting season is over. Your rising season has begun, and your story is about to unfold in ways that will leave you and others in awe. Walk forward with confidence. Carry this truth with you. The sacred sequence of heaven has already been written into your life, and now you are living it. September 2nd, 3-4 was the sign, the activation, and the seal. From this day onward, nothing can stop what has been started. You are chosen, you are rising, and heaven is with you.